We are such stuff as dreams.
We are such stuff as dreams are made on.
We are such stuff as dreams are made on.
We are such stuff as dreams are made on.
We are such stuff
as dreams are made on.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, puking and mewling in the mother's arms. And then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining warning face creeping like snail, unwilling to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with the woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. Then the soldier, full of strange oath, and bearded like the part, jealous in honor, and sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth.
Once more into the breach, dear friends. Once more. Or close the wallet with our honored dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, conjure up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard-favored rage, then lend the eye a terrible aspect. Let it pry through the portals of the head, like the brass cannon. Let the brow overwhelm it as fearfully as doth a galled rock overhang and jutting to the mountain base. Swilled with the wild wasteful ocean. Now set the teeth and stretch the nostril wide. Hold hard the breath and bend up every spirit to his full heights. On, you noblest warrior, whose blood is fed from the fathers of warproof. Fathers that, like so many, have in these parts from morn till even fought and sheathed their swords for lack of argument. Dishonor not your mothers. Now attest that those whom you called fathers did beget you. Be copying out of men of grosser blood and teach them how to war. And you, good yeoman, whose limbs were made in England, show us here the mettle of your pasture. Let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not, for there is none of you so mean and base, that hath not noble luster in your eyes. I see you stand like greyhounds in the slips, straining upon the start. The game is afoot. Follow your spirit, and upon this charge, cry God for and
then there's the justice. In fair, round belly, with eyes bounteous and formal cut beards full of wise saws in modern instances. And so he plays his part.
Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon with spectacle on nose and pouch on side, his youthful holes well saved. A world too wide for his shrunk shape and manly voice, turning again to childish trouble, pipes and whistle in his sound. The last age, last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history, his second childishness and mere oblivion, sans palfrey, sans mule, sans dirt, sans eyes, sans teeth, sans taste. Sans everything.
I am a maid. My lord that ne'er before invited eyes, but have been gazed on like a comet. She speaks. My lord, that may be, hath endured a grief might equal yours, if both were justly weighed. Through wayward fortune did malign my state. My derivation was from ancestors who stood equivalent with mighty kings. But time hath rooted out my parentage, and to the world and awkward casualties bound me in servitude. I will desist. But there is something glows upon my cheek and whispers in mine ear. Go not till he speak.
Thou nature, my goddess, to thy law my services abound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lag of a brother? Why bastard? Wherefore base? When my dimensions are as well compact, my mind as generous, and my shape as true as honest madam's issue, why brand they us with base? With baseness? Bastard. Bastardy. Base. Base. Who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed go to the creating. A whole tribe of fops. God between asleep and awake. Well then, legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. Am I legitimate if this letter speed and my invention thrive? Edmund the base shall top illegitimate. I grow. I prosper. Now, gods, stand up for bastards.
If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me, hindered me 500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, cooled my friends, heated mine enemies. And what is the reason? I'm a black man. Have not I eyes? Have not I hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means? Warmed and cooled by the winter and summer as any other man. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? If you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If you are like us in the rest, we will resemble you in that. If I wrong you, what is your humility? Revenge. If you wrong me, what should my sufferance be but by your example? Why? Revenge. The villainy you teach me, I will execute. And it shall go hard. But I will better the instruction.
No, I defy all counsel, all redress. But that which ends all counsel, true redress. Death. Death. Oh, amiable, lovely death. Thou odoriferous stench, sound, rottenness, arise forth from the couch of lasting night. Thou hate and terror to prosperity, and I will kiss thy detestable bones and put my eyeballs in thy vaulty brows and wring these fingers with thy household worms and stop this gap of air with fulsome dust. No. No, I will not having breath to cry on that my tongue were in the thunder's mouth. Then with a passion would I shake the world which cannot hear a lady's feeble voice, which scorns a modern invocation. Thou art not wholly to blind me so. I am not mad. This hair I tear is mine. My name is Shani.
The streets are paved with gold. You'd never know.
Look here.
upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. Fair Grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself. An eye like Mars to threaten and command. A station like the herald Mercury, new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill. Combination and a form indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal, to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now, that follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed? And batten on this man? Ha! Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday in the blood is tame, is humble, and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment would step from this to this?
First, let me tell you who you have condemned. Not me, begotten of a shepherd's swine, but issued from the progeny of kings, virtuous and holy, chosen from above by inspiration of celestial grace to work exceeding miracles on earth. I never had to do with wicked spirits. But you, who are polluted with your lusts, stained with the guiltless blood of innocence, corrupt and tainted with 1,000 vices. Because you want the grace that others have, you judge it straight a thing impossible to compass wonders, but by help of devils. No, misconceived. Joan of Arc hath been a virgin from her tender infancy, chaste and immaculate in thought, whose maiden blood, thus rigorously effused, will cry for vengeance at the gates of heaven. Will nothing turn your unrelenting hearts? Then, Joan, discover thine infirmity, that warranteth by law to be thy privilege. I am with child, ye bloody homicides. Murder not, then, the fruit within my womb, although ye hail me to a violent death.
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my name within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Hollow your name to the reverberate hills and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of the air and earth, but you should pity me.
Great lords, wise men ne'er sit and wail their loss, but cheerily seek how to redress their harms. What? Though the mast be now blown overboard, the cable broke, the holding anchor lost, and half our sailors swallowed in the flood, yet lives our pilot still? Is't meet that he should leave the helm like a fearful lad with tearful eyes, add water to the sea, and give more strength to that which hath too much? Whiles in his moan the ship splits on the rock, which industry and courage might have saved? What a shame. What a fault were this. This speak I, lords, to let you understand. If case some one of you would fly from us, that there's no hope for mercy with the men boys, more than with ruthless waves, with sands and rocks. Why, courage then, what cannot be avoided, 'twere childish weakness to lament or fear.
We are such stuff as dreams.
Now my charms are all overthrown, and what strength I have's mine own, which is most faint. Now 'tis true I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardon the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell. But release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my cells must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair, unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardoned be, let your indulgence set me free.